Well, hey, how y'all doing? I've missed you. I know I've seen you guys here and there. Can you hear me okay? Is my volume okay? So, hey, Sharon, Ginny Bug, Taffy, Lake. I confused myself. I saw myself. Hey, Jerry Rocks, Sapphire, Nico. You missed me more, Sharon? I don't know about that. Hello, Hubs. Hey, Crime. So, volume's okay. All right, good. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know. I don't know if any of you guys watched any of this or not. And by the way, I want to say that I don't expect you guys to do homework. I know that's a joke, that we've made up. Um, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. Because I know I talked to Cher the other day, and she was explaining to me that she just doesn't have time, because of everything going on with Ray, but she enjoys the lives. So, hey, Wom. But, so yeah, I mean, I just put it there for your guys' information, So if you do want to, so that way when we discuss, then. So I don't know if you guys did or not, but if you did, I don't know if it was as to me, this case or this, her story, it was just very deep for me. And so, and even tonight I was prepping, over. And so, just bear with me, guys, because I don't know, it was a deep case for me. I think it was very intense. There's a lot to it. Oh boy, I hope I don't have my pages mixed up now. Probably freaking do. I should have left them in the tablet, but I ripped them up. Anyways, but I probably will be jumping around. And Junie Bug, I may need to ask you to correct me or help me out a time or two and just jump in if you feel the need, or anybody that's did watch. If I mess up. So, anybody else new come in yet that I may have missed? Thank you, Taffy. I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels that way. And now you all know what I've been doing, because I did get a message asking me if I was okay, that I seemed down. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm not down. I'm okay. I just, you know, I do my normal nights. Hey, Edward, there you are. But how you been? I'm usually off the weekends and Mondays, and then I usually come back Tuesdays. But I updated saying I wasn't, and then I'm usually off Wednesdays. And I know I said I did my update. I said I was shooting for Thursday. It might be Friday. Well, guess what? We're Friday. But yeah, I'm fine. I want to thank you all for your messages and phone calls, and I just got a wonderful group of people. You know what? I love y'all. Okay. And now I saw King of Blue the other night. In Jason's live with Anna. It was so good to see her. So We know she's safe. Um, she said she's been missing a lot of lives because of the time zones. I'm just glad to know that she's doing good. So, oh, before I get started, I know, whoops, you guys disappeared on me for a minute. Um, on one of the other discussions we had, and I'm not sure if it was on sexual trafficking or just, a true crime. Um, I had it scheduled, and somebody, you know how people come in and comment in the chat early on. Well, I had seen it, and so did somebody else, and I can't remember who responded to them. But then after so long, the comment disappears. Well, they had made a comment that, why don't you ever talk about men? Because this stuff happens to them too. I think I did say something on that live that night, but I want to stress again tonight, you know, for whoever watches this later, or, um, I did speak about that in the sexual trafficking, and I'm going to speak about it in this one. And of course, it does happen just as much to men, boys, babies, boys, teens, and murders too. And I mean, I know we've covered a lot of discussions on men in the murder discussions, and we've done innocent projects on men. But I do want to stress that yes, and even in domestic violence, it doesn't just happen to women; it happens to men. Verbal, emotional, and physical. So, yes, for anybody that may watch this later, or, we do need to remember that. Because I do believe society in whole forgets that one there, especially, in a domestic violence. They seem to focus on just women, that it only happens to women. No, it happens to men a lot more than we think it does. So, with that said, how's everybody's week been? Good, I hope. That's true, Edward. That's a good point. Yes. Mm-hmm. That's true. Something's on my heart to say this to guys. I just want to say this to people, to anybody that, and this is just me. It's just on my heart to say, boring, Sharon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, I mean, this is just me and my opinion, and because I know some of you have friends or know people or family. Um, I know that I've got people that have lost very close friends or family. Um, and I know that I had, hey, how are you doing, sweet cheeks? So I was just getting ready to say I have had a very close friend that had COVID, and she had a very lovely, lovely relative. So it's just on my heart to say that I know that COVID is real. Um, I know that it exists. Um, I think it is over exaggerated. I think the numbers aren't real. Um, I think they do fearmonger with it, the media, but I know that it is real. And so, for anybody who has lost somebody to that or is going through it with their family or whatever, my thoughts are with you and my prayers. So, my heart, it was just on my heart to say that. And so, with that, um, how are you doing, Mel? I know, Mel, you were the friend I was talking about, honey. I just wasn't going to say it. I mean, I know most know, but I wasn't going to just throw it out there. But you were who I was talking about, honey. Okay, so I'm going to get started. Like I said, bear with me. So, okay, and like I said, I have got, I don't know how many pages of notes here, so you're going to hear me going, scrambling through them. Oh, and Miss Freckle Joy and Sarge are unpacking. And we can be so excited for them because we know how excited they were to move and um, get that house. I remember that feeling. Okay, so here we go. I'm doing good, Mel. I am. I'm nervous right now because this to me is so intense. This lady, this is a story. So, Anneke Lucas. This interview, she did 4 parts, and it was done with well, it's on Dark Owl's channel. And it was done on April 15th of this year. She was born in 1963 in Belgium. Now, I have yet to find out her mother's name or her stepfather's name. I can't find it anywhere. I don't know if Junie, you were, but I have not been able to find it anywhere. I mean, I have searched and searched, and she's not given her mother's name. I mean, there's probably a reason for that. And so she's, yes, like I know it is. It's very sad and hard to watch. And he states that at the beginning of the first part that it's, maybe. So she says she was abused from birth by mom. She calls her mom a psychopath, but and now I didn't think, oh yes, her stepdad was a mayor. She did say that. Now I watched other things too, but I didn't link them all here. I watched Sean Atwood, and I think on my last page I have some comments from that. I'm not sure if in these that I had linked, but I know somewhere she also referred to herself as a psychopath because of what she went through, what she was made to do. So she spoke French at 3.5. But at 3 years old, her mother and her real father were just a one-night stand. Well, hey, Ivy Rose. Okay, so we'll do discussion afterwards, if that's okay, guys. That just so I don't get distracted. Um, um, well, when we get through this, we'll kind of understand why she says that about her mom. But so she was 3 years old. Her mother married her stepfather, and she feels like she was targeted by a countess, and she arranged for a cleaning lady to clean their home. And then her and her husband started the grooming process, and they would take her places and with other kids, kind of normal places too, like swimming, parks, things that kids would do, normal things. And then they'd take her to their house. They started grooming her, verbally, physically, and sexually abusing her. Then they took her. Well, before they took her to this castle, the husband had raped her. Now, Junie, like I said, please step in and correct me if I get any of this out of line, because it's very possible. But then they took her to this castle where there was what they call an orgy with other kids, children. And they made her take part in. And let's see. I have written down here, threatened them with her stepfather. Well, anyways, I don't have this wrote down, but I remember also, let me make sure I'm on track here. Okay, yeah. I remember they took her, made her get on stage too, because in this castle there was like, everybody were like, she said, she described them as hippies. They were all high. And they made her get on stage. And yeah, very, Sharon. Well, she was angry. And she spouted off things, like maybe some would do, the first time you're presented with this stuff. And she said, I'm going to tell my stepfather he's a mayor. Oh, threatened them with her stepfather. That's why I had that wrote down. She threatened them with her stepfather because she said, I'm going to tell my stepfather he's the mayor and you're all going to go to jail. Well, it didn't work because the handler took her to a large basement. She's not sure where. She thought she may be killed. He then showed her a cement tub. Yes, Junie, this was her first encounter with what she called them aristocrats who were dressed as hippies. Yes, thank you, Junie. He then showed her a cement tub built in the floor. She was 3 at this time. Sharon, that's what I have down. Yep, 3. Years old. Now, she did say later on that she felt love for the first 3 years of her life, but not from her mother. She never ever felt love from her mother, but from a caretaker. It's the only time she really felt true love, except for, well, I'll get to that. So behind the tub was a young female teen, dead. Well, she was born in 63, so this would have been 66, Ivy. Well, what hippies look like, I guess. I mean, picture hippies back then. So the teen was dead. They were sending her a message. He was sending her a message. Stay quiet, you'll live. Don't, you'll die. Her mother eventually took over and took her to those places where she would be abused and raped. Like, I mean, her mother was okay with all of this. I mean, she started taking her to these places. She would leave her there, pick her up, allow her to miss school sometimes. So there was orgies in the castles. There were politicians, sometimes just one house, one handler, no school, doctor writing notes when she'd miss school. Yeah, Junie, you said 6, maybe 6 years, because now I'm at, wait a minute, I might have gotten a page out of hand here. Let me make sure I'm in order, guys. I don't think I am. I hope I'm not. Because now I say at 9, boss running things with 2 handlers with a child sent to Switzerland, underground tunnel. So, a lot of people don't believe that there's underground tunnels for sex trafficking and human trafficking. I've always believed it. Okay, I think I'm out of sync here. Jumping all over. I think I got my pages mixed up. I should have left them in the tablet. Um, yeah, I've got large underground. Met and she met other handlers. They sacrificed children. She knew a boy who was sacrificed. She was made to watch while Belgium executioner, and she was raped while she watched. And that's when she felt the most powerless. At times, she felt loved because there were, which I know this is hard to believe or hard to understand, and it even is for me sometimes, but these guys, they get these women and they trap them in and they brainwash them and they manipulate them and they get them on drugs and they control them. And then there's those that come in and at first they make you feel safe and they treat you good and they so she felt like so at the time she felt loved, it was like fatherly. And then I've got below that brainwash, manipulation. She was always told the most awful things, broken down. Then she was taken to Germany. She was made to watch sex videos. And then I've got at 9 years old, she went with Perp to US. It was in the summertime. She was the oldest child. She had care for the others, but she never felt innocent. Most other kids were babies and very, very young. Thanks, Junie. Okay, I'm going to pause for a minute to look at the chat. Yeah, I don't know what originally, Ivy. Okay. She says she was always the difficult one and too old. And there was a time she recognized who the doctor was. And revenge and anger is when she felt sometimes some type of power. And her mom and family went on vacation without her. And this is when she says her mom felt like a victim because she would rather be in. She would rather be the one in there than. And she felt like her mom was a little jealous because her daughter was, they wanted her daughter and not her. Germany several times in and out. Or Germany several times and in and out of school. Sex slave with powerful people. And then she sees the US guy again. She thought he was not involved. with all of this. She thought he was like a good guy. And she says she never made money. She never, you know, profited. She never got any money for anything. And leader used her to VIPs, world leaders. Right, Junie. Right. Exactly. I agree. So now at 10, a 20-year-old asked for her, came in with his father. He was trying to get into the VIPs. And then it says she was filmed making the new ones feel comfortable. Around 200 men, and not one of them said no. I don't want to do this. Even though they knew they were being filmed. The handler tortured her, used kids to. Now, Jenny, the handler tortured her, and he used kids to torture her, and I couldn't get really. I couldn't be real clear on this. I think they were about to kill her, but I know the handler had told her he was going to chop off her foot so she could hobble around. And so the boy child went to get a cleaver to do it. But a friend of the boss saved her. He came through and said, "It's over." No, she has not ever named names. She was taught and made to torture children. Example, a girl in a dentist's office was sitting in a dentist chair. She was led in there. The boss gave her cocaine, kept giving her cocaine, and they, I mean, pretty much they made her kill the girl that was in the dentist chair. I mean, it was her or Anneke, pretty much. And she said she never has completely healed from that and has tremendous guilt over that, but she is healing over that. Okay. Now, yes. Yeah, the boss, yes, he did. I feel like I'm going faster than I thought I would. So at 11, so she's got, she said, may never heal from taking one's life completely, but from 11 to 49, because she said she'll be 50. And that, I believe, okay, yeah. I thought maybe I got that off of Sean Atwood's video, but it's not. But she said she had tremendous guilt over it. So, but if she was at 11 when she was 11 years old when that happened. So she's 13 in 1974, and that's the end of the network. So her boss told her all the things not to do in life, gave her all these instructions. Get out of Belgium, go to London, Paris, New York. I don't know why he would suggest her move back with her parents. I mean, just in my opinion, but that was a suggestion. Get married. Including never speak out about the network or she would be killed. Oh, there were also many satanic rituals. Many children were sacrificed. If I didn't already say that, but for some reason I have it wrote down there. Many of those. There were lots of parties, lots of satanic rituals. She did follow all instructions. They wore masks at the parties. The parties happened often. These types of things, she says, made the abusers high. Is that sick? But if you think about it, you know, and let's see. I think I'm about at the end here. So I didn't link Sean Atwood here, but I did watch him. She's on his channel. Just want to make sure I said everything. Oh, she said the abusers are trained. And I think she's saying that because she said she thought almost all of her abusers were abused, which does not give them an excuse. Okay, I'm not even going there with that. I know plenty of people that have been abused or molested in their life, and they're not abusers. So I'm not going with it. And she said it's organized. Yeah. So on Sean Atwood's video, she well, before I get to that, like I said, I've watched, she's got a Facebook. There's some other, video, and probably gets a little controversy here because, yeah, a lot of people are, she says she gets a lot of people asking her to name names. She said some people understand for sure, not enough, but some do. But no, she has not named names. But in one video I saw, she said it wouldn't make a difference if she did. It wouldn't help anybody today. But in Sean Atwood's video, she said, and this video was in October 2020, she said she has been preparing for a lawsuit to the estate of one of her perpetrators, World Elite, big name, and it's an American. And but she said the lawsuit's not about money, but reality and the perp. And she said it's clearly related to Epstein, invested billions before. She says several confirmed abusers, and it's about the right thing to do. So I think that's it. Now, I didn't understand this, but she said the younger ones that have been through this type of thing don't have the same thinking as her or doctrination as her. So I'm not sure what she meant. I didn't understand that. Now, I also want to say, I just want to say it real quick. It's not, it's unrelated to this, but on that same video of Sean Atwood, and I would like to go back and look through his videos because there is someone that has been through similar things, I think, because he alluded to that before they started talking, and they have helped this person, or fans of his has, and there have been people hating on this person and making hateful comments and cutting Sean Atwood down for helping this person, and I think that's awful. So with that said, okay, I guess that wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, guys, but I mean, I'm telling you what, I was like, this was something else. I mean, I don't know. I guess it was maybe the story, maybe it was just intense for me. And I just was like, I just needed time for it. So thank you guys for giving me that time to go through it and dig through it. So before we get into discussion, I got an email. I just checked my email before I came on tonight. I will be doing another case discussion. I think it's pretty in depth. It'll be within the next 2 weeks as well. I think I'm going to give it that timeline. I've already looked into this case some, so, and I think it is one you guys will all be familiar with. I've been asked to keep it to anonymous until I do it, though, but I think I'll do okay on that one. I don't think I mean, it's going to take, yeah, in some in-depth looking into, but I think you guys will enjoy it. It definitely needs awareness. So anyways, okay. Now let's get to discussion. It was profound to me that it is rampant among high-ranking people throughout the world, using children as throwaways. Oh, yes, Junie. And it's just, it's, I don't have a word for it. It's sickening. It's disgusting. It's, I mean, it's like you just want to say, what's wrong with these people? I mean, Very sad to think this kind of stuff is still happening today. Yes, like, and then at the same time, you're like, it went on way back then. I mean, you know what I mean? You think both ways. And oh my God. I hate to ask this, but is there any evidence backing up her story? I'm not sure how to answer that, Ivy. To be honest, I'm kind of speechless. I guess I'm just going to go with, I mean, I believe her. I mean, I don't know. I don't have to. I mean, I found these stories. I found others. When I searched, I don't have any reason not to believe her. And when somebody says they've been through this kind of stuff, and I don't know what she has to gain by, I don't know. I mean, that's the only way I can answer. That's my answer. That's the only way I can answer it. Well, hey Dana, how are you? Yeah, Jenny has a good answer. Because I would feel victim shaming if I mean, unless I had something by somebody saying she's not telling the truth, and I haven't found that anywhere. Good, Dana. Thanks for coming. It is, Mel. I know. If you're still here, honey. What movie, Edward? That stinks, doesn't it, Dana? I know I don't get notified on a lot of mine either, and I have all. But then when I go through my subscriptions, then some pop up, and I'm like, okay, well, why didn't it? So aggravating. Um, I know I linked where she told they were just small clips on real women, real stories. And there are several other people there that have told their stories as well. So, yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty real. I know, right? Like, but um, maybe I don't have that wrote down, but she said a lot of these aristocrats sold their children for sex slaves. And um, I know when I was looking at other sexual trafficking stories, when I was seeing that a lot of parents still do it today. It's scary, sickening, disgusting. And I mean, it's like, how can a parent do that? How? No, Ivy, the mother would drop her. Well, in the beginning, the cleaning lady and her husband would take her to these places, but then her mother took over and she would take her to these places. But then eventually, the handlers. The story popped into my feed after we discussed the Sophie Long case. Oh, okay. Lake says that Ivy, her mother, would drop her off. Yep. Um. Yeah, it is, Ivy. It's a YouTube channel. And she's got her own blog too. Um, she was on TED Talks. Um, she was on several different. I didn't link them all. Um, yeah, those were the most lengthy ones, Junie, and that's why I linked those. But I did link the real story ones too, Ivy, in this video. There was another one I was gonna link. It was good, except how do I want to say this? Because I don't want to sound like I am talking bad about her or bashing her, or I don't think it will sound that way, but uh, we all don't have the same beliefs, right? Now she does yoga for prison, um, and that's great because she goes in and talks to prisoners and stuff about because some of the prisoners have went through these things, but there's also like yoga scriptures. I didn't look a whole lot into that, but I think it's a whole nother religion, so I don't believe in that. But there was another video that she had done, and that I had watched. Maybe it was on TED Talks, and that's why I didn't link it. Or maybe it was another one on Reels. I don't know, but I saw a video. I did link it. And then I rewatched it again because you guys don't know how many times I rewatch these videos, man. And she maybe not have meant to make it sound this way, but she did. She said something to the effect, and I know I'm not going to be word for word right on, but she said something like a junkie wanting that drug or that high or that fix or something, blah, blah, blah. And then she started talking about the abusers. And then she said, the abusers are no better than them. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I got to take that video off because I didn't agree with that. And like I said, I don't know if she meant it the way it came out or the way it sounded, or at least the way I perceived it. But I'm like, whoa, I don't like that. So I took that video out. Yes, Junie. Yoga has helped her the most. And yoga's good for a lot of people or things in yoga. But I think she said something about yoga scriptures, and that's what I didn't understand. I don't know nothing about yoga scriptures. And that was no big, but the big thing for me was what she said there with the comparison. And she may not have meant how it, she may have been using it as an example and not even meaning it the way it came out or sounded, but I just am like, whoa, I gotta get that video off there because I just didn't like how that sounded. But yes, she does yoga in prisoners, and it's helped her a lot. Ah, okay, Jeannie. But yeah, she's got a Facebook, she's got a blog, she's got different videos, but I know her parents' names. I've, and I'm sure there's a reason. I'd hide my name too, man, if I did that to my daughter. Wouldn't want nobody to find me. That's freaking awful. Thank you, Edward. I hope so. Yeah, Junie. Yep. Thank you guys for your support. um, that, I'm not very focused. I took my ADD meds too, so I would be, but I thought I said we would talk about something right after this. She may mention some names in the Sean Atwood interview. Is he going to do another one? Well, now she said that in the lawsuit, now this was on August 5th, I think. Hold on a minute. I thought I wrote down the date of the interview with him. I know it was in August. August 5th, yes. She said the name would be coming out in a couple weeks of that lawsuit, or of the person. But I haven't seen anything recent, I don't think. So, but I'm thinking If that was... Let's see. 70s. Man, we're talking some years ago. This person's old by now. Possibly, Edward. Yeah. I mean, what? All the kids your kids love to watch are involved. It's the circle, it's the group. My kids love to, our kids love to watch. I don't know if that's true. I was saying yeah to all the kids found on TV. She's either the maker of or a supporter of something called the unconditional model that looks like it's related to prisons. I'm going to check that out too. Right. More than, yeah, more than we can fathom. I think she is both a victim and perpetrator. If other kids were forced to abuse her, she was probably forced to abuse other kids. Right, Edward. And I mean, yeah, she was forced to, and that's why she did refer to herself even as a psychopath, but not willingly. She wasn't a willing participant or psychopath, really. I think she is credible, but she isn't being entirely honest about everything. What don't you think she is, Edward? There may be some big parts, key things that she's not mentioning. Okay, like that she's not mentioning or leaving out. Um, because of danger, maybe. I could see that. And she's definitely leaving out names. Yes, Junie. Yep. In one, yes, she did. She said most of her abusers are dead. She said other kids were forced to abuse her. You think she got out of that? I doubt it. I'm sure they made her participate in that too. She isn't that special, not to them. Well, she did say she was forced to kill that one girl. I mean, Ivy said your comment before that, Ed. Huh. I don't know what. Edward, that doesn't ring a bell with me. I know, Sharon. Um, well, she says every time she talks about it, it takes her right back. And it's another healing process. Yes, a lifetime of therapy. Yeah, I don't know how you could. I mean, just think when it happens to somebody once, how they, you know, those survivors, how terrible, I couldn't fathom. I couldn't, like you said, Judy or Junie. You're right. Yep. True, Edward. I mean, yeah. And um, I think she talks about that on TED Talks, maybe. It's still happening. I don't, Ivy. Yeah, and she mentioned being taken to big mansions too, Edward. Right, Sharon. Right. I just can't. I can't put that part in my. Oh, it's just awful. Well, I know what I'm thinking in my head, Edward, but I can't explain it that well. But you get so trapped, broken down. They get you addicted to drugs. They get you manipulated. And I mean, like, well, I've shared some articles of, in the past month, few weeks you know, where they've saved these kids from human trafficking. But like they said, some of them didn't want to be saved. They didn't want to because they think they are safe. These people, these horrible people that have them where they have them to thinking that they are the only ones that can, you know, they think that's their only safe. And so there were times where certain people she thought were good or could, she thought, okay. And yeah, if you watch it, you'll understand it better, Edward. It's hard to imagine having this horrible of a childhood. Puts things in perspective. Yep, Mel, sure does. She probably thought that way at one time. Trauma and manipulation change the way people think, and abusers put lies in their heads to make it make sense. Yeah. That she compares it to an illness instead of a crime. You didn't like that? No. I mean, it's just it's the truth. For one, she was 3 years old when all this started happening, and then she was 13 when it ended. She wasn't an adult, but even adults, when they get trapped and abused physically and sexually and made to, I mean, I can't even imagine. I I can't imagine it. I mean, I don't think she's making excuses for. I mean, well, she's an adult now, but she's telling her story of then. True, you don't magically heal because you're an adult. I don't think. I mean, like I said, I don't think she'll ever heal. She says she'll never completely heal from taking that little girl's life. And I don't know if she'll ever completely heal of that, everything that happened to her. Does she not have nightmares anymore? Does she? I don't know. I did too, Junie. I don't know though. I mean, we all see things differently. Sorry. That was my new boss. Forgot to tell you guys. I start work tomorrow. But the good news is, and it's, oh, I'm so excited though. I'll be taking care of a cute little French lady. She's so cute. Um, I already knew her. Um, but tomorrow's my first day. And it's not full time. And I get to make my own hours pretty much. So, yeah, my boss, Sharon, she was just uh, reminding me of something. We better refresh, Ivy. I don't know how that happens. Thanks, Junie. So, I don't know where Cher is. But I was wanting her to be here. And we talked about it is Friday. She might be with. Nope, that's what I was going to bring up. Ashley Garth is Mel still here? Ashley Garth, the plea was taken off the table. Nick, she doesn't talk like that. She's so ever loving cute, though, you guys. I'm telling you, she is. What did I miss? I can't remember being 2 and 3 years old. I remember being. Oh, I'm sorry, Edward. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I do remember. I can, believe it or not, you guys probably are going to be like, "Oh, really, Angie?" I can remember all the way back to being in a baby bed. I really can. I'd tell you a story, and it's not bad, but it's silly. Well, my aunt was so close in age with me, but I mean, not that close though, really. But anyways, okay, I'll tell you. She climbed in the baby bed with me, and but I think she had a jealousy for me. And this is my aunt that's in the mental hospital, or no, she's not in the mental hospital anymore, but she was. But I think she always had a jealousy of me because I was so close in age with her, and I was the first grandchild, and I was I don't want to say favorite, but anyway, she climbed in the baby bed with me. So this is how I remember that far back. I was I could walk. So, and my grandpa come in and said, "What are you doing in that bed? Get out of that bed." And then he always called me Wiggle Worm. And he grabbed me up and said, "Come here, Wiggle Worm." So anyways, I remember the back that far, but I can't remember what I did 5 or 10 minutes ago. That comes with age. Okay, so yes, the plea was taken off the table, which, I mean, I knew she was probably lying, but so hopefully that means she's going to do some time too, because you guys have all known how I feel. Me and Mel knows I feel, man. She's freaking guilty. She needs to do some time. I mean, they all should, but you know. Well, maybe she will, Edward. I mean, yeah. Candy Taffy? Yeah. I can't remember, though. Like, I can't ever find my keys. I lose my phone, my vape, my. I told it, Ivy. I told it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Sharon. She had to have failed. Do you, Jerry? Yeah. Some people don't remember that far back, and some people do, and then some people just remember, but I do. I can. I remember things my mom don't remember, and my uncle will be like, "You remember that?" He'll remember it, but he can't. He's like, "I can't believe you remember that." He'll say, "Yeah, that's right." That's funny, Junie. Mel must have left. Well, it was contingent upon the polygraph, Jerry. So that's why we're assuming she must have failed it. And then, not to go off course real quick, but just, yeah, under certain circumstances. Real quick, though, on Thomas. Oh, there she is, Mel. There's Mel. Okay. So, right, Mel, the plea deal was contingent upon the polygraph. I'm not sure if it changes her bail or not. I just want to say something real quick, though. Thomas Jerome Bruce is supposed to be like they continued it until unknown, right? He doesn't have but I signed up for the Vine link for him. I keep getting notifications by phone, which was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. And it even tonight, and it says he has a court date October 13th at 9 a.m. So either they're behind but I was getting calls yesterday saying he had a court hearing this morning at 9. And now all day they've been calling me saying he's got one on the 13th still. So I don't know. Anyways, back to this. I don't know the McMartin case. Oh, Mel, we were talking about Ashley Garth, um, uh, the plea, and and then I said the plea was contingent on her passing the polygraph, right? And then they pulled the plea, so we are assuming she probably didn't pass it. And then somebody asked if that affects her bail as well. Was her bail contingent on that as well? She's not? I thought she was. I thought that's what the whole thing was about. I I mean, I thought that's why she got the plea because she was going to testify against Garrett. Oh boy. Okay. Well, good. Because by George, she better get same time much as time then. She was just as much involved. But I've said from the get that all of them should get the same time. But we know that's, So what about the bail though? Is she still out on bond? Going to be able to be out on bond, or are they going to put her back in jail, or is that even a? Does that have anything to do with it? Yes, Edward, you're right. In your last comment. Oh yeah, that's true. Duh. Exactly. Right. That's true. So that's probably why they took her plea away then. Well, either way, I'm glad. But she probably gets to stay out on bond then. They could revoke bail, but I doubt it. She will likely go to prison once the judge sentences her. Woot woot. And Mathis is still in, right? Yeah, drugs, Jerry. Sorry, I didn't see your question till. Yeah, that's what it's set for right now, Sharon. Well, it'd be nice, Mel. It'd be nice if they. I don't know. I wish they do public Zoom like some courts do in other states. You know it. I know, Sharon. Mel don't think she will, but how old is she? Right. On a normal basis, Jerry, you just, if it's a public hearing, which most are, unless it's like a juvenile you just walk in and sit down. But if it's a closed hearing for some reason, um, then you can't go in unless, you know. That's funny, Otto. How you doing on this Friday night? No. Yeah, you're right. She may have lost some weight. I don't know. Nico. Oh, I talked to her. They're having fun unpacking. Unpacking, decorating. You know, that thing that I'm still doing, dragging boxes out. Oh, and I probably won't do that closet thing after all. You know, I kind of let it go. And then I was thinking in my head the other day, like, man, I'm probably going to need that closet after all, after going through all these boxes. And then Hub says to me, hey, hon, if you're not going to use that closet, we might need to. I said, I didn't even let him finish. I said, yeah, I know. I think we're going to need it. Yeah, Jerry, Joy's unpacking. They moved. They got themselves a house. Oh, I thought I told her about that. I'm not sure. I think. There's another update. I don't know. Some of you may have seen it. I can't remember where I saw it. Oh, I got it on my Newsbreak app. So if any of you have Newsbreak, you may have got this. But there is a lady that has written a book about. It looks like it's kind of about two. I didn't read the whole thing, but she's written about the Delphi murder, the Monon High Bridge. Um, she calls it the Haunted Bridge. But it looks like it's kind of a twist because it says something about I probably won't say it right, the LaSalle murders too. Can't even remember her name now, but I seen it today. So I think the book's out. So it'll be the first real book, I think. Yeah, I forgotten I had some of the things too. Some of the things were very useful, and some of the things were like, I'm not going to use those. Oh, really, Lake? Well, I know I did see some. I think I did see them hiring on Kim Riley's page, hiring for applicants. I don't know if that's like just the troopers or what. And then was it just last week Riley had his very last day, I think, finally? Because he was still kind of on the books. Three years, Jerry. Been a year for me. Um, guys, let me see if I can find that real quick, okay, if you don't mind. No, she's an Indianapolis woman that wrote this. No, I don't want notifications. The LaSalle Street murders, the twist. 3 men slain in East Side home. But it includes forensic science efforts about the unsolved murders of 2 girls from Delphi. The clue at the haunted bridge of the Monon Trail is written by Carol Sissom. Okay. So, I dropped the link, guys, for you if you want to read that later. It tells a little about the book and what she believes and stuff. So, Carol Sissom, if I'm pronouncing it right, is the author. Oh, I know, Nick. Yeah, Ivy, you won't have to worry. You're when you move, you won't have to worry about those. You know, they'll already be packed. Ed, you kill me. Um. So yeah, I didn't read all of it. I'm going to read all what it says about it. See if it's worth the buying. Yeah, I guess that is considered that, guys. Thank you, Lake, for catching on and apologizing. Um, thought there was something else I wanted to talk about, but maybe I covered it. Anybody got that link? Well, I don't know, Ivy, because I haven't read it all yet, but it looks like she, I don't know what I feel about that. I don't know. I mean, it's, I'm going to go off of one family member, what I know their opinion is, and that's Becky. If it brings awareness to the case, I guess it's a good thing. Um, but like I said, I haven't read what all entails in there, but I think I did read as far as where she feels pretty strongly about somebody and she turned in the tip in 2020. So I don't know. But again, I mean, I don't, like I've said along, I don't know. I don't have a POI, but I do strongly believe Ellie knows who it is. Um, it's just a forensical issue. I do believe it will be solved. I do believe it will be solved. I don't like hearing people say it's not going to be solved. Hey, band, how are you? I mean, do you know how discouraging that must be to the families to hear people say that? Come on. I mean, for real. Yeah, if she changed the story, if that's what you're asking me, Ivy, if she's changing the story, no, I would not agree with it. But like I said, I haven't read what it all entails, and then I haven't read the book. So, but yeah, Junie, yeah, that's a good point. If somebody's changing the story, or or putting lies out there, or um, condemning the family or accusing, ruining people's lives, and no, I wouldn't think it's a good idea. But if I know we all have opinions, but sometimes I think opinions can be kept to ourselves, don't you guys? I mean, yes, it was Junie. It was. I think Anna's interview was great. I think she did great. Um, but I mean, I think sometimes just opinions could be kept to ourselves. Um, you know, I mean, I know there's probably some people that think the case is going cold or it might not get saved, but man, families may watch things on here or hear things on here, and oh, there's my Cher doll. How you doing, honey? But they pray every day that today's the day. They don't want to hear this case isn't going to be solved. This case is cold. That's my opinion. How's Ma, Cher? Oh, she is. Well, give her big, 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 big hugs and kisses. Yes, Nico, we do. I mean, I'm over here on YouTube. I get to do this. No, I'm not. Hold on. Now I can. Hold on. Man, you guys know how long it takes to get to emojis on your computer? Forever. That's why I just usually do the red heart, because I can just do the 3 symbol. Okay. Oh, band. My son does that sometimes. That's true, Lake. That's true. What if Garrett didn't do it? Abby and Libby. What if prosecutors don't need Ashley and Chris because they got nothing good for them or that case? Well, the thing is that people didn't understand, and Mel did try to. She said this many, many times on many, many posts. She said it in my chat. She said it on her chat that plea deal had nothing to do with Delphi. It had nothing to do with anything but Nicole Bowen's murder. People just jumped on a bandwagon there. They just assumed she had info on this, info on that, and that she was going to. But that plea deal was not contingent on anything but Nicole's murder. And Mel tried to tell everybody that. But like, and Mel just said earlier in the chat, they don't need Abby or God forgive me, they don't need Ashley anymore because he's already, he took a plea, so he's not going to trial, so they don't need her to testify. And that can be true, Ivy. You make a good point. I hope it doesn't take decades. I think people just think because they've got audio, the still shot, supposed witnesses, and I say that because, I just think people think, well, they got everything they need, but they think it should have been solved, And that, Ellie thought that it would. They thought it'd be solved right away. I remember, seeing it when they were missing. And I'm like, they're going to find them. I went to bed that night thinking, oh, they'll find them. Safe. Then they found them. And I thought, man, they're going to catch whoever did this within the next few days. And here we are. But you make a good point. And, I watched, not to get way off track, but I just want to bring this up because it bothered me a little bit. I watched a YouTuber the other night, and they were reading off some comments and that somebody had posted, I don't know where, maybe in their section, and they went, it was right after Anna's interview. So maybe it was on his channel or maybe it was in the live and I didn't see those comments. But they were really putting down Tobe Lesenby. And, you know, again, he catches a lot of flack for calling off that search. But it's not abnormal. A lot of people call off searches when it starts getting dark. And especially in that, and I can't remember. There was so much. I mean, they just went on and on and on attacking Tobe, really, really bad. And they claimed that they were, they're like head of police and they do this all the time and blah, blah, blah. And I mean, they went on forever. I mean, it was like a 15-minute rant, but he kept calling Tobe chief instead of sheriff. And then, of course, when he said no threat to the community. And then, of course, people went a little crazy when he said it with this fire over here. But I knew why he said it with the girls' murder, and I know why he said it again over here. And they did solve this one. And now that y'all know the story, can you figure out why he said no threat to the community? Anyway, that's enough on that part. But I will say this. I thought there were some very, very, very inappropriate comments and questions in that interview. I mean, I'm like, wow. But the mods did not put them up. So, I think the mods did a good job. Or the YouTuber. Right, Jenny. Oh, her seeping. Okay, share. Or maybe CC Moore is only good for people that are not sure of their family's history. It seems Dome people in Delphi know their history pretty well. I'm sorry, call me ding dong. I'm not sure exactly what that has to do with the other. BG seems unexperienced, but I certainly don't have all the info. Oh, I didn't see that lake. I'm sorry. That bridge would be even more dangerous after dark. Yeah, for sure, Lake. It's dangerous enough in the daytime. Big no to that, Lake. To what she just said, Edward, I disagree. Sorry, buddy. Now I have thought that maybe BG went off his meds. I'm speculating and just trying to compare killers. Big possibility, band. Yeah, there were, Nick. There were some very inappropriate. It's like, are you serious, guys, right now? I mean, you're talking to the victim's mother. But some people just don't, they don't have that, I don't know. Oh, yeah. I know. Everywhere. Mom, I liked the interview with Anna, but there are things that Ellie will not discuss even with her. She is too close. Mm, true. Looking into stuff like that isn't something I've done, but it's someone that could be very helpful. Can you recommend any good related books? I thought Anna was great. I did too. Yeah, that was good. She did break down at the beginning, just a little. It's real hard seeing her cry. For sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Sharon. In the beginning, Sexual Homicide: Patterns and Motives by Robert Kessler, Ann Burgess, and John Douglas. I love John Douglas. Has a ton of hard numbers for types of killers. It's all statistics. Yeah, Junie. That's it. No filter. Sounds like Ellie. Yeah, she was. She really was. I don't think I would Ivy either. And she usually doesn't. So I was really proud of her. Well, she's always said he did. She's always said he wrote them, but she said they weren't true. And she was angry at him for writing them. But she, I got a different feel that night when she, I don't know, you know? Robert Kessler, who wrote the Whoever Fights Monster book. Ann Burgess and John Douglas wrote the book Mindhunter, the original FBI team. Right. I love John Douglas. I haven't heard of the other guy though, Ben. Thanks. I can't. I remember the name, but I'm not sure I can remember all of her comments. But I just know there was like somebody asked about the crime scene. Somebody just, I mean, they were just asking like, it's like, man, I wouldn't dream of asking those questions. Oh yeah, she kept repeating that. I remember now. She kept repeating that, Ivy. I remember that now. Yeah, Sharon. In an interview I watched with Greeno and the captain, they discussed Anna saying something about more audio and the girls mentioning a creepy guy. In the interview 2 days ago, she spoke of a different story. Okay, good, Ivy. Some of the things Ellie Lee was saying to Anna were really strange too. Yeah, you're so cute, Sharon. But yeah, all in all, other than that, Anna did do a great job, and I think the YouTuber, um, Jason was it, and Mr. Grotto, I think they did good with the selection of questions, you know, and Mr. Grotto was even telling people, and we covered that, or we're not going to ask that or discuss that, or yeah, Nick, she should have been. Oh, I don't know, but they kept asking Anna about psychics. I think she was pretty clear on that, wasn't she? Oh, did he come in there banned? Oh, he was the one troll, Harvey troll. But, I don't know, because he came in at the same time. Becky, who talked about what, Ivy? Oh, okay, man. Did Godsey come in as himself, or you guys know what? He commented on one of my videos. He said, "Thanks for doing a good job." But then he deleted it because I looked at it, or I saw the comment, but then when I went to go to my comment section, it was gone. I'm like, don't even start with me, buddy. I'm not the one. Oh, I know it. Oh, yes. I loved that photo too. That almost made me cry, guys. Okay, man. Yeah. I saw some, yeah, because I saw somebody say something to him, and somebody said, "That's not Harvey, that's a troll." But he came in at the same time Harvey came in. I did see that. So Ashley is the last one to get sentenced. Wait a minute. Garrett I'm so confused. Has Garrett been sentenced, or he just took the plea? He just pled guilty and took the plea. Does he still have to be sentenced? Somebody remind me. And Cher, you still here? Okay, so he still has to get sentenced. And then Ashley. And then we can. I want to know if Cher's still here, because does anybody know where we're at on numbers with the petition? Right, Wom. Right. She really, and Anna, you could tell Anna was very, very appreciative of them. Oh my goodness. That's right. That's right. I remember now, January, because I was thinking, what? Usually they sentence, when you do a plea deal, it's like 30 to 45 days. January. Cher, do you know what how the numbers are on the petition? 700? Okay, well, we're getting there. Guys, keep trying to share that petition, okay? For Ray. The captain mentioned that the video camera across from the old CPS building didn't get installed until after 2017. So it is weird about the car being brought up with the new sketch. I think it was a witness. I don't know if that's true. Well, they came in. That person just snapped. Whoever that was, they just snap a picture of somebody else's account picture and come in as them. But 743. Thank you, Ivy. Yeah, he does do that. Right, like wish we could sign it more than once. Well, back to that camera though. Oh, well, I guess, because I was going to say Cairo went out there and saw the camera on the building across from CPS, but when was that when Cairo went out there? Wait a minute. Let me go back and read Bands. That the video camera across from this old CPS building didn't get installed until after. Yeah. So when did Cairo go out there and find that camera on there? Yeah, Ivy, but they'd have to be way different perspectives. As one is so much older and one is so much younger. And this is just me. This is just me and how I think and what I see. When I look at that person on that bridge and I can see that picture, especially the ISP 1, 2, 3 pictures, they're very clear to me. That to me looks like an older guy, like between 35 and 45. I mean, I'm going to say 40 to 45, really. That's what I'm going to say. He looks that old. And, you've heard many of us say this before, but Anna said it. The dress is nothing. It's not, it's like nothing unusual or unfamiliar. It's what every Midwestern guy wears, farmer or not farmer. And even if it would be somebody younger, which I don't think the guy looks younger, and that's just what I think, same way. I mean, that's the way they dress around here. especially in this area, that area. I mean, because I hear some people say that, he's in a disguise to what disguise though? Because he'd have to be disguised as every Midwest man. I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm not sure, band, and it could be true. It could be. I just don't know when Cairo went out there and found the camera on there. If it was in 2017 or after 2017, those people may not have installed it until after, because they might have thought, oh wow, wait a minute, man, we need cameras around here. You know what I mean? So maybe that's something I can message Gray about. Thank you, Mom. Okay, Ivy. Okay, Edward. Good. Oh, I thought you were okay. I got you, Ed. Yes, Ivy, I do. I know how they can be wrong. According to Animate, it sounded like they had many different sketches, not just those two, right? I do too, Jenny. I do. I think I do, or more than, or I think more than one involved, possibly. I mean, maybe they're both. I'm just saying. Sure, Ivy. Send it to my messenger. There, yeah. And I believe they're probably on his trail, band, but they just got to, they need that. They need somebody to come forward and say it's him or he, a confession. No, Cher. It's not. Hold on. Let me see if. Well, true, Otto. This, so many different people swear there was one on there. I don't know how many people claim this logo and that logo. Oops. Okay, I have it. Copy. I'll be right back, guys. I am. Okay. Okay, now let me get back over here. Missed some comments probably. Okay, Ivy. Thank you. Yeah, I put the link over there. Share. Read and found as many articles about the master sergeant that drew the younger sketch. Cool. Like, that's funny. Right. To cover the camera part, or about Ray. I I think he would consider it. He would. He likes to interview and have people on. But I mean, he would do it either way, I think. Derek, listen, I just want to say something. I have never come at you. I have never bothered you. And nobody in here has either that I know of. I have a very loving community. I don't mess with you. Don't mess with me. All right? Because, dude, I'm telling you, don't. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't mess with Nick. He's my son. Don't mess with him. Don't mess with anybody in here. We don't mess with you. I don't know if it's a real Derek or if it's somebody trolling as him. Whoever it is, they need to go back in their own freaking lane. Why are you talking to him? He don't even mention your name. Go bother the people that bother you. The ones that you're fighting with all the time. Because I don't none of us bother you. None of us come over to your channel and do nothing. Well, I don't care. Okay, then. But you are when you're calling out my people, Derek, or whoever you are. Well, I shouldn't have to block you if you're not going to, mess around, right? We're having a good discussion. You want to do a good deed, Derek? Would you like to do a good deed? Oh, that is, isn't it? Oh, yeah, that is. Sure, isn't it? Close to, though. Why don't you go further up in the chat and sign that link for Ray Hanish and then share it? So, anyways, guys, so as you know, tomorrow's Saturday, next day's Sunday, next day's Monday, and I will be back on Tuesday, my normal schedule. Why not? Why can't you do that petition? Why can't you sign that petition? Oh, you can do it. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I read it wrong. I thought you said you can't. Well, thank you very much. Several cameras in that area. Maybe he left. Yes, I did. I sure did. So back to great. Awesome. Thanks for signing it. And don't forget to share. Oh, my husband's watching TV. Is it too noisy? I'm sorry. Yep, Junie. Oh, that's right. It did, didn't it, Ivy? Yep, we need over 1,000. So please share it. So guys, as I was saying, I will be back on Tuesday. Incog's on tomorrow. So I might see you guys there. Yeah, that's what I see, Ed. I mean, I don't even see anybody in their 20s and not even early 30s, really. But that's just me. Some people see different, you know. No, that's not bad. I mean, that's 300 and some more signatures we need. We can get there. So you keep sharing. At a home nearby, and by the way, number is climbing as we speak. 760 that fast? At a home nearby. Oh, well, I believe there was. Well, and there probably still is. At one, yeah. All righty. Good night, Ivy Rose. You have a good weekend too. Yeah, they did say that, Ben, but I don't know, that picture on the bridge. I don't think he looks younger to me. Good night, Taffy. Thank you for coming. Ivy, thanks for coming. Thank you, Derek, and thank you for signing the petition. Okay, Junie. You guys, I'll see you all Tuesday for a live chat, but I will see probably those of you tomorrow in Incogs. Have a good night, sweet dreams, and have a great weekend. Thanks for coming, guys, and hanging out and cheering me on. It wasn't as hard as I thought. Good night, guys. God bless and much love.